A very hello and welcome back to my channel. How are you all? कैसे हैं आप सब? So in my last video we discussed about aviation and why you should not join any air hostess academy or any institute if you want to become a cabin crew or air hostess. So मैंने आपको बताया था that I am taking a 7 to 15 days course. Either you can join through my Instagram or you can mail me your email ID and I can give you the training on Meet or on a Zoom call for 7 and 15 days. That is absolutely free of cost. So now let's discuss जो भी एविएशन में नए हैं, जो भी घुसना चाहते हैं एविएशन में, जिनको ज़ीरो नॉलेज है, जैसे कि मुझे थी आज से 10 साल पहले. So let's discuss that now we'll start from the basics. So what do you understand with aviation and what is aviation? See, aviation, when we talk about aviation, is a mode of transport, right? Just like railway, it's like road network, it's just like any other vehicle, but here we are doing a transport with the airline, be it a cargo, be it passengers via passengers, or be it with anything, fruits and vegetables and everything, just like ships. It's a mode of a transport. Now बाकी सब के मुकाबले airlines become very fancy. You know, there is crew, there are pilots, there are ground staff. It's a very fancy job and the money is very handsome. It's actually handsome. And what used to happen earlier, when we talk about cabin crew के लिए बहुत opportunity नहीं होती थी. Okay, so very high profile people and people with very pleasing personality, with very good communication skills, people who are coming from convent schools, they were the only one who used to get selected in aviation. But now it's not like that. It's not like that at all. So if you're cabin crew, your communication matters, your grooming matters, and your personality of course matters, but the look wise doesn't matter that much. But the thing is now that it's very easy. Still a lot of people does not know what are the things that are required to become a cabin crew. They still don't know and they are still not aware, and they end up paying these institutions because they think to become a cabin crew they require to do a course. They have to do a course, they have to complete a course, but it is not like that. It is not CPL. When I'm talking about CPL is a 2 years of training. It's 10 to 24 months of training with theory and your flying experience if you want to pursue or you want to become a pilot or a captain. Then you will be hired as a junior first officer after completion of your course. But it's not like that with cabin crew. With cabin crew, only the 12th pass is the requirement, and without any training. The only thing which is required, that is your communication skill and that is your grooming. And you should be able to speak in front of a lot of people. So the confidence matters. So now let's talk about number of airlines that are running in India. So we got around 4 to 5 airlines which are running in India that are domestic, which goes to international waters as well, but not very far. It goes to Middle East. Okay, so now let's talk about we have got SpiceJet, we got Air India, we got Go Air. Indigo is the major running airline. It got 60% sharehold in market share. And then we got Vistara. So Vistara and Air India, again Air India Express is also there, and Air Alliance. No, I'm not sure with airlines. Air Asia, yes, Air Asia. So they are going to become a one airline. Which the information which I have got, they are going to combine. They are going to what do you call it? I'm forgetting the name. So they are going to merge. Yes, merge is the right word. So vocabulary is very important, you know. So they are going to merge. All these 4 major airlines are going to merge together, and soon it's going to be a one airline, and the uniform is going to be one. So it's a good news, it's a win-win. So people who are appearing for the airlines interview must go for the Air India interview, and it's a very big opportunity because Air India is the only one, yes, the only one which goes to US, USA, Australia, New Zealand. It's a national carrier, and now it has been owned by Tata, so it's almost like a government job. So it's a very nice airline. Tata people are very nice people, very hospitable. And earlier, if a lot of people does not know, 70 years ago, Air India, which was called Indian Airlines, was owned by the Tatas. So now after 70 years, it's a win-win situation. They have finally got their airline back, all the aircrafts back, and they were majorly hiring in 2022 and 2023 for cabin crew. Now they have stopped, but I'm pretty sure after 6 months or 5 months or a year, they'll start hiring again when the requirements will be there. Now let's understand what is cabin crew. When we talk about cabin crew, or when we talk about air hostess, a lot of people think that air hostess is just there to serve and just to look beautiful and put on makeup and do service and to feed us. That's the only job of a cabin crew. No, the real job of a cabin crew, let's understand this and let's divide this. First of all, there's not only one job when you're appearing for the cabin crew. When you decided that you have to become a cabin crew, you want to become a cabin crew, let's first understand that pleasing personality and speaking in English and putting makeup and just enhancing your personality, that is not the only part of cabin crew. Trust you me, it's not the only part. So when we talk about what is a cabin crew is there to take care of your safety and comfort. That's the primary job role of a cabin crew. Your safety comfort comes first when we talk about cabin crew, and then your emergency procedures. And when I talk about your safety means your emergency, anything that happens. If anything that happens when we are flying, if ditching, मेरा जहाज पानी में चला गया, or I met with a crash landing, then a cabin crew is responsible to take out my passengers within 90 seconds. Within 90 seconds, if anything happens to the aircraft, my sole responsibility is to take my passengers out within 90 seconds time rule. Yes, you heard that right. And without caring about my own life, I will, just like a soldier, I will take care of my passengers when it comes to life and death situations. For God's sake, finger crossed, when you will start flying, I hope these things God forbid does not happen to you. So, and when we talk about comfort, then comfort is of course about your sleeping, your blankets, your pillows, and listening music and serving the passengers. Of course, you have to be a mom on board when it's come to cabin crew. So there are two majorly job roles which providing comfort to my passenger again, and then emergency situations. Now emergencies are two types. One is when it comes to safety, second when it comes to medical. Okay, so when you start training, when you'll be hired by the airline, you will be given a 3 months of training or 6 to 8 weeks of training if you got selected in international airlines. So you will be trained first aider, you will be licensed first aider, and your job will be, if something goes wrong, let's say for a pregnant passenger, 2 incidents have been happened earlier with Indigo Airlines, that 2 babies were delivered on board in Bangalore Jaipur flight. Maybe you heard about that news. So baby was delivered on board. For thank God that there were 2 Ghanaian were available on board with the help of cabin crew. Doctors were there, so they delivered the baby. So cabin crew is that much trained that they can deliver a baby on board, and the baby got free ticket for the rest of their life. Then the second part which is very important, that is firefighting. You will be trained firefighter as well. You will be trained different type of class of fires. You will be trained in ditching situation. What happens, you will be wearing those big life jackets, and you'll be saving lives underwater. If something goes wrong when your aircraft is flying over waters, if ditching situation happen, ditching scenarios happen, so you'll be trained for that as well. So let's discuss about the hiring process. So the hiring process in India, we should be thankful, but in my days there used to be a written test. Yeah, just like any government job, there used to be written test. That it used to be the third round. But now none of the airlines are taking any written test in India. They are just taking your verbal communication. So first round, let's discuss the rounds. So first round will be your introduction. Majorly they'll ask about yourself, where you belong, your place of birth, and something you where you took your last vacation. So it's majorly depends on that, because they focus that you speak as much as, so that they can judge your communication skill. So first round will be your introduction. Then they're going to be a BMI round. Will they check body mass index? So they'll check your height, your body, your height and your weight, and you do not have any cuts, marks and tattoos on your body. That is very important. And then third round will be your maybe your GD round, or you'll be given a topic on which you have to speak non-stop. And fourth round will be your PI round, that is your personal interview round. So now let's discuss about the eligibility criteria for a cabin crew. Of course, you should know your eligibility criteria once you're appearing for the interview. So I'm just focusing on the domestic first, and then I will come to the international airlines. So for domestic, you should be at least a 12th class, or you should have completed your high school certification. That is, again, you should be 12th pass. So there is majorly one airline which asks for your percentage, which is 60%, that you should have 60% in your 12th standard. But other airline does not care about your percentage, so it's okay. Only they ask is high school certification. You go to any airline, even your doctorate, or even you have done engineering, or you are graduate, it does not matter. The only thing matters is they will just ask for your high school certificate. Okay. So the next thing is that your height should be at least 5'3" or 157 centimeters, and your weight in proportion to that when you're applying for the cabin crew in domestic airlines I'm talking about. So these are the one thing. And you should not be having any tattoos in your body. No tattoos, no cuts, no marks on your visible areas, on your forehead, on your face. You should not have any kind of scars, any mole, any cuts on your arms or your neck, your face. Your legs are maybe fine, because you have to wear stockings or you have to wear pants, so that is fine, but not till the neck or not till the arms. These things should be free and should not have any scars or any cuts. No suicidal marks, ladies, and no tattoos are also. Tattoos are also no in any airline. So now let's talk about international airlines eligibility criteria. So for international airlines, what you have to do, they majorly do not focus on your height. There's one airline which is Emirates airline. They majorly focus on your height till 160 centimeter, which is very normal. 160 centimeters is only for the female, and for male it's 170 centimeters. So there's other aspect of the international airline that they check the arm reach. Yes, you have to stand on your tiptoes and you have to straighten your hands, and your hands should reach at least 212 centimeters. So now let's understand the concept that why airlines actually ask for height. शॉर्ट हेयर हाइट के लोगों को भी तो सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन सिर्फ लंबे लोगों को और इतना कैबिन क्रू इतनी लंबी लंबी क्यों होती है? देयर इज लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड कि कुछ चीज़ों के पीछे एक लॉजिक छुपा होता है. आज मैं आपको उस लॉजिक के बारे में बताती हूँ. देखिए, लॉजिक ये होता है कि एयरलाइंस में मेजरली बहुत सामान ओवरहेड बिन्स में रखा जाता है. तो अगर आपकी हाइट छोटी होगी, एंड कैबिन क्रू हील्स तो पहनती हैं, बट इनसाइड द कैबिन दे डू नॉट वेयर हील्स, दे वेयर फ्लैट्स which are called cabin shoes. Okay, so we have to close the overhead bins after the boarding happens. Okay, after the boarding we have to close that overhead bins, and in case of emergency we do have those kind of equipments. We have got oxygen bottles, we got megaphone, we got aiding, and all those things are kept at a very higher level, at a very heighted place. So we need to remove that, and for that we need a height. वहाँ पे आप क्या ढूंढोगे? टेबल या स्टूल तो ढूंढोगे नहीं खड़े होके निकालने के लिए इन इमरजेंसी सिचुएशन, है ना? एंड वी डू नॉट हैव दोज सच थिंग्स इन एयरक्राफ्ट्स. वी डू नॉट हैव टेबल एंड चेयर to just jump on them and remove things. So यही रीज़न है कि कैबिन क्रू के लिए और एयर होस्टेस के लिए हर जगह हाइट क्यों मांगी जाती है. हाइट इसलिए मांगी जाती है क्योंकि इतना बड़ा एयरक्राफ्ट है, यू शुड बी एबल टू रीच इतना हाइट. सो दीज आर द मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट्स. दैट इज़ द ओनली थिंग वाई एयरलाइंस आस्क फॉर द हाइट. So now let's move on to the next thing, which is your tattoos. So Emirates and Qatar, even Qatar is a very strict airline, but now they have said that cabin crew can have tattoos but not on the visible area. What do you understand with the visible area? So when the cabin crew is wearing the airline's uniform, the airline which you have received from the यूनिफॉर्म विच यू हैव रिसीव्ड फ्रॉम द एयरलाइन. सो जब आप वो यूनिफॉर्म पहन रहे हैं, योर टैटू शुड नॉट बी विजिबल. कोई अपने यहाँ पे पीछे नेक पे टैटू कराता है, विच इज़ फाइन, बट देन दैट टैटू विल बी विजिबल. यू कैन डू इट ऑन योर एंकल मे बी, बट कतर हैव पैंट्स, लाइक गोयर ऑल्सो हैव पैंट्स, तो टैटू छुप जाता है. So now let's discuss about the education for international cabin crew. So education remains the same. The high school certification is the only thing which is required for international cabin crew, and then you will be gone through a 6 to 8 weeks of training. It's similar, but that you have to do it. For that you should be having a passport, because all these trainings or all these training hub will be held at the airlines base. And when we talk about airlines bases in international, so if for international it's going to be in their country, so you will have to leave your own country. You should be having a passport. concept आप clear करिए कि जैसा कि मैंने पहले बताया आपको कि it's a global job, it's a worldwide job in which you have to travel, right? So when you're traveling, the only ID which you have, वहाँ पे बाहर कंट्री में आपका आधार कार्ड काम नहीं करेगा. Common sense, right? The only thing will work, that is your passport. So all the people who are watching, all the viewers out there, please understand कि अगर आप कैबिन क्रू के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हैं तो प्लीज़ डू अप्लाई फॉर पासपोर्ट ऑल्सो, क्योंकि पासपोर्ट बहुत ज़रूरी डॉक्यूमेंट है आपका, जो कि आप जब हायर होंगे, हायरिंग के अगले ही दिन आपको अपना पासपोर्ट और बाकी सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स लेके वहाँ जाना होगा। और अगर आपके पास पासपोर्ट नहीं होगा, सो यू विल बी, अगर आपका सिलेक्शन भी हो गया ना, देन यू विल बी रिजेक्टेड ऑन बेसिस ऑफ योर पासपोर्ट, एंड वी डोंट वांट दैट।